It's the Tony Tone Show on Vintage Sound 93.1 FM. Pokemon Go, the biggest app in, well, the history of apps ever. Millions and millions of people are playing it. You can see them all over the place, including right here in Muscatine on the MPW Digital TV Celebrity Hotline right now. Nick Johnson, the first person to catch them all. He's caught every single Pokemon. Nick, how's your day going so far, man?
Going pretty well. Starting nice and early today, and excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So, Nick, you are the first person to catch or collect every Pokemon in Pokemon Go. Is that right?
That's correct. As far as I know, I'm the first person to collect every Pokemon that is available in the United States.
That's so awesome. So I saw you on I think it was Good Morning America, and this Pokemon Go. So, all right, I got to back up a little bit. When did you start? So when did you get the app Pokemon Go, and when? So how far is this? Like a couple weeks ago or what?
Yeah, so the app came out in the U.S. I think on July 6th, and I downloaded it later that day. So that would be a little more than a couple weeks ago now.
So July 6th, you start this Pokemon Go adventure. Were you a fan of Pokemon growing up?
Yeah, I played the original games, Pokemon Red and Blue, when I was probably about 8 years old. I think it came out in 96, 97. So I was definitely a fan growing up. I caught them all as a child.
It's so cool that you did this and you're the first person. And I think what's great about your story, Nick, is that you were playing Pokemon Go, like it didn't interfere with your job or anything, right?
Yep, actually, my job was very excited. I work at a company called Applico. We work with startups and Fortune 100 companies that focus on building platforms, which are businesses that sort of just connect people and bring people together, kind of like Uber, Airbnb, Snapchat, et cetera. Mm-hmm. So Pokemon Go is a social gaming platform, and my interest in the game actually stemmed from the work I do at Applico. And I'm passionate enough about these kinds of businesses that I wrote a book about it, and it came out in May titled Modern Monopolies. So I was really interested in understanding sort of the mechanics and how the game worked, why it was so interesting to people, and translating that into my work. So they were very excited and supportive, and it sort of dovetailed on my work nicely.
It's unbelievable, the popularity of Pokemon Go. I mean, it's just exploded, and every single day there's different stories of things happening. So, Nick, I wonder for you, catching all the Pokemon available, 142 of them, strangest location that you found yourself capturing a Pokemon, where would that have been?
Strangest location. For me, the weirdest experience was when one popped up in my living room. They have the AR camera on there where you can sort of see the real world location, and there was one sitting right on my table.
So awesome. Nick, have you had people offer to like buy your account? Because I saw a story last week where people that were doing well in Pokemon Go were being like offered a lot of money to essentially, I guess people would buy your login information. Has anybody approached you about that?
I've had a lot of interesting inquiries and that sort of thing in the last few days, but haven't had any interest in actually doing that. I'm happy to hang on to my account. This is kind of a unique and fun thing, and I wouldn't really trade it for anything.
And you're getting to go overseas, right? I mean, Marriott Rewards has offered to sponsor a trip to Europe, Japan, and Australia so that you can capture even more Pokemon. So is that going to happen, Nick?
That's right. I'm working with Marriott Rewards and Expedia as a travel partner, and I'm going to pretty soon I'll be traveling to Europe, Asia, and Australia, and couldn't be more excited. And I'm going to catch the sort of 3 remaining regional Pokemon that aren't available in the United States.
Such a great story for people, Nick, because the perception is, I feel like it's mixed. I support Pokemon Go because it's getting people out and they're being active and they're doing this together. But there's a lot of people that, I think that they just complain about everything. So what's your take on Pokemon Go? Why is it a positive thing for people to be doing?
I think it's pretty fantastic the way it gets people out and brings them together. Mm-hmm. I think it's kind of unprecedented to see all these people. In New York, you'll see areas where there's hundreds of people out together, sort of doing a common activity. When we're in a pretty sort of divisive time as a country, to see something like this bring so many people together, I think it's really pretty incredible. And I can speak personally. I've met hundreds of people I never would have had the chance to meet otherwise. I've made some great new friends through this, and I couldn't be more happy and more excited about this game and the future of this game. I think it's really incredible how it's bringing people out, helping people sort of explore and see new parts of the world they wouldn't see before, sort of even right around where they live. I can tell you I visited new parts of New Jersey, Manhattan, and Brooklyn that I had never seen before and probably wouldn't have visited otherwise.
I think it's great, and I'm with you 100%. Correct me if I'm wrong, Nick, but because I have a little experience with the Pokemon Go, I put it on my phone, I tried it. I just don't really have like the attention span for video games. I never had, but I do think it's cool. So, but isn't it, is part of the Pokemon Go where you capture them, but then they escape? So has that happened? I mean, if there were 142 available and you captured them all, how many tried to escape, or did you have to recapture, or what?
Yeah, so when they pop up sort of on the maps near you, which is how you find them in the game, you click on them and they sort of come up, and then you have a chance to throw Pokeballs at them to try to catch them. But especially the sort of rarer, stronger ones can break out and run away. So I had a few, more than a few that have run away, but I just sort of kept at it and found them again and managed to eventually get them all.
I love it. So have you heard from Nintendo at this point? I'm assuming you have.
I actually haven't. I haven't heard from Nintendo or Niantic. I'm just sort of, at this point, I assume they're quite busy. So, Niantic, I'm happy for them to focus on keeping those servers up. Their CEO spoke at Comic-Con, I think yesterday or the day before, and his focus was like, yep, we have all these great things planned, but right now we just want to make sure you can play the game.
Right.
So if they keep it that, I'll be very happy.
Well, buddy, listen, I think it's a very cool story. The first person, Nick Johnson, to catch all 142 Pokemon in the United States that are available, heading overseas to do the same, and I wish you all the best. And I think that it's, like you said, people getting out and being together, that's not a bad thing when, the majority of most video games, you're in a house watching a TV screen or computer screen. So I think that this is going to continue to be great, and I hope that you can have fun doing this and make some more life experiences and memories that, boy, I mean, who would have thought, right? July 6th, you start this, and here you are, the 27th, not even, the end of the month, and all this has happened. It's a great story, buddy.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Safe travels, and I hope that you catch them all in Europe and Asia and Australia. All right, buddy?
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Take care, Nick. We'll talk to you soon.